Hi, my name is Richard Riakpo. I'm a professional boxer and I'm the newest Street Child partner. I grew up in Southeast London on the Aylesbury estate. It's one of the biggest estates in Europe at the time, and yeah, it was really rough growing up in that environment. Loads of crime, very crime-ridden estate, council estate. So many things happened to me in the past which made me think about change, but nothing ever gave me that, that kind of inspiration, just take the action. Until one incident that happened where I started to think about the future. And I think I was gifted with that. I thought about where I would be in 5 years, where I would be in 10 years. And I started to weigh up my actions and what I was doing now. I started to work out the odds as well. And I realized that if I continue on a certain pathway, then there's a high chance that I'm not gonna make it. There's a high chance that I'm gonna probably end up dead or in jail, being in and around the wrong people. So I decided, no, I don't want that to be my future. I need to take control. And taking control would consist of me making better decisions, me investing in myself, investing in working on skills and developing skills to attract what I want. So education and boxing changed that, and two reasons. Boxing gave me loads of discipline. It gave me purpose. It led me into a space where I had to work hard to achieve my goals, and it demanded a lot of energy, a lot of time. Education, because that also elevated my thinking, and it made me make better decisions, take better action, and it led me on a different destination, different pathway. Being a role model is very, very important, because when I was younger, I didn't really have any positive role models, and if I did, I probably would have ended up in a different situation, back then. But as I got older, I realized that there's a need for this. There's a need for people that would aspire to be like certain individuals, especially those individuals that have come from the same backgrounds. So I thought it made sense for me, because I've come there, and that's my USP. And if I'm doing what I'm doing now, it just shows that anything is possible. So I wanted to connect with the youth, and it just worked out perfectly. Not a lot of people have the courage to come down here to get involved in these projects, in these high-risk areas. That's one thing that you have to commend Street Child for doing. Sometimes you forget, when you're living in your own bubble and you don't, you have obviously different issues, but it's nothing like this. It's a whole different level of struggle and hardship, where if you was in and living in this environment, it would be very detrimental to your mental health. When I spoke to the elders, they told me how there's a big issue with education. Because of the insurgencies and everything else going on, the children, sometimes when they go to the school, there's no seats for them to learn. There's no space for them to learn. So what happens is they go there and they just leave and come back home. Then they'll try to get there early, sometimes it's packed, and they go back home. And what ends up happening is that some of the children get to age 17 without being in school. So you can imagine how much they suffer, mentally, not being educated. And Street Child came with this project, some informal education, which I think is fantastic. And even listening to the elders, they said if it wasn't for Street Child, and if they didn't have these informal schools, we don't know where we would be. We would be suffering even more than we're suffering right now. And this is giving us hope.
This education that comes to this our place, we have really enjoyed it, because they have, for God's sake, they have changed a lot. Before that, there's no school.
That's why I want to align myself with Street Child, because they stand for what I stand for.
They're asking if you said they should watch videos.
Yeah, study. Whatever you want to become, you study again, over and over and over and over and over and over again. It don't stop. Even me, I'm still studying. Even me. So you develop the skill, and then you get better. The hard work always pays off. Always remember that, so you believe it. One thing that I noticed as well is how strong mentally these individuals are. You know, they have hard days, you know, things are not going well for them, but they're still able to smile. They're still able to play, you know, and laugh and joke with one another. And I find that so much of a blessing, you know, and really heartwarming. I asked them, do you know about Crystal Palace? They start making funny noises, you know, like, just don't be disrespectful to my team, please. But no, it was amazing.
Yeah. So I've just asked them, do you now see that he's your brother? Yes. Do you now agree he's your big brother? Yes.
After I told my story and we had a conversation with the elders, they thanked me for being in and around the kids, because I look like them and because I've achieved, you know, things, being who I am, from the same country as them. Now they will have the similar beliefs now, to strive for more and be more. And they prayed for me that I find more success and help other communities as well, not just them. That was really touching when they said that. When I spoke to the young children, they said they have dreams and aspirations of being lawyers, doctors, teachers in the army. They just need opportunity, and once you give them the opportunity, their whole life will change. I think, you know, if I was to speak to the masses listening and watching this video, I've been there myself. There's a lot of charities that put out adverts and they say they're doing this, could you donate, you know. I'm always like, I don't know about that, you know, is this a Ponzi scheme? But going there myself and witnessing it from my own eyes, you know, I've spoken to my close friends and we've already started to kind of conversate on how we can contribute, because it just shows you people need help. Anybody that can contribute, it would be amazing, honestly. Sometimes people just they lack the knowledge of things going on in certain places of the world, and it just needs to be brought to light, and then you see change. And you know, I'm holding myself to that, and that's why I'm doing this. And I just want to kind of ask people to kind of look into it themselves, you know, before they're making the decision. Look into it and see what I'm talking about, and I guarantee you'd want to help too.
Wonderful.